So the fire department here, officials here continue to say it is a rescue effort, not a recovery effort. But it has now been more than 7 days since anyone living has been pulled from the pile. The only rescues that were made came in the very first few hours, by around 5 a.m. So we are a full 7 days later without finding anyone. Now, the fire department is still saying that they are trying to determine if there are crevices, if there are gap spaces that someone may be able to have survived during this time. So they are looking at it, but I can tell you, the optimism is not high among rescue crews. And certainly one of the things that they've been doing is bringing family members to the site to visit, to see for themselves, so they can begin to, I think, accept the reality of what's to come. And we are at the start of hurricane season, and this is part of the reality of the situation. We should note that we've had terrible weather over the course of the 7 days. There's been a lot of rain, a lot of lightning, almost every single day that firefighters and rescue workers have been out there. Now, one of the things that's happening is all of the search and rescue teams from across Florida have made it down to the site in Surfside. One thing that they're anticipating now is they're bringing in relief crews from other locations, like I believe Virginia and some other states, so that in the event that whatever is forming in the Atlantic does hit Florida, that some of the crews that are working here can be relieved, taken off the line, and moved to areas that they may need to respond to in the event of a storm. So you're starting to see additional crews come in, not just for the rescue efforts, but also just to backfill so that if the storm does hit, they have the people who can pivot and then basically fight a two-front war. No, one of the things that we first reported on a couple of days ago was some concerns that were raised specifically in writing about that building next door. This building is this Surfside Tower comes right on the borderline between Surfside and Miami Beach. And in Surfside, you cannot build buildings higher than 12 stories. On the Miami Beach side, there is no limit like that. So as a result, the building that you have that went up right next door in the previous few years is about 20 stories or higher. And I've got a copy of some emails that we were able to obtain that from building officials at the Surfside building, management officials at the Surfside building, writing to the Surfside building department. And I'll just read one to you. This is to the chief of the building department in Surfside. Hope this email finds you well. We are concerned that the construction next to Surfside is too close. The Terra project on Collins, that's that major building that was going up, and are digging too close to our property, and we have concerns regarding the structure of our building. We just wanted to know if any of your officials could come by and check. This was in January of 2019. They were asking Surfside city officials to come out and check to see if the building next door, if that construction was causing damage to theirs. And the chief building official for Surfside responded, "There is nothing for me to check. The best course of action is to have someone monitor the fence, pool, and adjacent areas for damage, or hire a consultant to monitor these areas as they are closest to construction." And then the association for the building wrote back, "Thank you, we will take it up with our attorneys." So the management company for the Surfside Tower did, in fact, ask the city in Surfside to come out and check to see if there was damage being done by this building in Miami Beach construction. And the response was, we've got nothing to check here. We're not interested.